Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are live, so I'm going to do one sound check and we should be golden. So we're just going to wait for the big notification. Oh, crap. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Yeah, sounds fine. I'm going to have to run and get my charger. I need an extra Android cable, micro B. I realise this now. It was very arrogant of me to think otherwise. You just enjoy the great Spiderman music, because I just found out my boy Miles is going to be the main character of the next game, so it's great, but it's also concerning. Because that means Pete might die, and no one wants to see that. Not again. Miles' story is going to be like Peter's, except instead of Uncle Ben dying, it's going to be Peter. So the sounds all good. So let's load up the game, and then we'll get into the topics. How's everyone doing?
Ducks
Check my controller. Yeah, it's charging.
sounded so excited on the phone. I wonder what's up.
Well, we're not going to find out for a while because we're doing equipment. Don't want to get corrected by some joker online. Hopefully the my audio is coming through okay. Let me know if my voice is quiet, and I'll just move closer to the mic. Alright, cool. Look at that. As you can tell, I have no idea what I'm doing with these. Each buy whichever ones you feel like. Yeah, I'm gonna leave those. I turned down the volume in my headphones. It's still quite loud. Slightly concerning. Ooh, Demon Warehouse. Let's go do that. Actually, we'll get the bird first. And so, yeah, we've done some. Most of the videos I think I was meant to do last week, I've done. Oh, where's the bird mark from? And so that's always a good thing. Just hitting the targets. You know, a few caught me by surprise, like the Prince Andrew stuff. So I did a video on that where basically he's been formally requested to speak to prosecutors.
Pigeon target acquired.
Ah,
And the chase is on.
great. I'm gonna have to concentrate on this. Gotcha. Okay, there's a black cat thing, so let's start this off real slow. Let's go do this. It takes me forever to do these, so unlucky guys. Really sorry.
Felicia thinks she's toying with me, but I learned something in each of these scenes.
I realise I can actually just move the mic closer to me. It's not a big deal. Let's see. She's not going to rob an auto repair place. So. There we go. Oh, I wasn't so painful, was it?
Some big-time lawyer lives here. I bet she's after his client list to find new targets.
I think her like
Admit it, but she's
cave,
one smart cat.
the thing that she's based somewhere around here, I
Ground
think.
teams, this is Sable Control. What's our status at the yards? Control, rooftop outpost under fire from demons.
What's up,
Are
guys?
you guys terrorists or criminals? Because I can't keep it straight.
Oh crap! Oh, I've got no thick boy webs either. Nice try, bud. Oh, you just blew yourself up there, man. I didn't even get involved in that one. Woo! Take that. And you can have that
I
back,
know I
good
did
sir.
your job for you, but no need to pay me. Action is my reward.
Okay, let's go back to thing that we were meant to do. Okay, that's this. Waiting for Taskmaster to turn up. I know he's going to turn up soon. His missions are absolutely the worst. I hate Taskmaster so much. So we'll get through these stories then. If we have time, we'll talk about a very a possible opportunity I might be able to get, and there's a sniper there. Okay. Deal with this nice and slow. And there's a guy there. Okay. What can we see from here? Not much. Might be able to just take this guy down, like Assassin's Creed style.
Hi! We can fight, or, hear me out, we can barbecue.
Okay. Pretty sure if I just hide out here, there's no way they're going to know I'm here. Right. No way. Okay. Now that that was dealt with badly.
Okay, lost him.
Okay. Who is this other person viewing? Is it a human or a bot? Rory would have said something by now, so could be Kanan putting it in his pocket or something. Oh, there's a cat over there. Right, can't take any of them out. That's a pain. To be fair, there's only 3 of them. I reckon I could take 3 of them.
Surprise!
Yeah, I could take 3 of them. No problem.
Ooh, getting brisk out here. Better go in. And without further ado,
So, okay, we've got time. So, the Piers Morgan one I'm still torn on doing purely because I don't have the data expertise to analyze it. This is more like George's area of expertise. And so, I'm no good with this stuff. Like, I did see
I'm at the 3rd location.
some interesting stuff. So,
Apparently
their
it's casual
cases
match
per
day at the
million
office.
is way higher, but our deaths per million is way higher.
Until
Yeah, I have a feeling HR is not going to be too happy with me.
Like a frog, the way he jumps. Okay. That's a really bad idea, knocking that thing down. I realise that now. Is this a two... Oh, is there two areas to this building? Okay. Come on, dog. There we go. Up you get. Your friend will join you soon. Okay. What else is there? This guy. And so, yeah, so I don't have the expertise to do that video, so I'm not going to do it, or I'm going to sit on it for a while longer. I know Piers Morgan has just said that Trump is like, he basically failed, and the whole premise of the video is to tell Piers Morgan that he's wrong. So now I'm not sure. Safe. Ah. That was a cheap shot, man. Who was that? Okay. Let's get some space. We've got a web bomb. Perfect. Sit down, bud. Oh, cool. I got the other one by accident. So you can. Ah. Come on, dude.
Oh, hey! You must be the JV team!
JB team? I'll be taking that. Maybe not. Oh, it's a nice feint, bud. Oh my god. Ah! Boom. Well, it's a good thing you got out of the way of that one, man. Oh my god, he just saw you can do. Oh, I can't see what's going on. Okay, so, the other person's left. How's that? Yeah, have that. Who's firing? Are you up here? Ah, there you are.
Time for a shift change, huh? Good, because these other guys, not impressing me.
Oh, you got done there, boy.
Peter, that place is supposed to be a bespoke furniture manufacturer.
From what I can see, it's more like illegal weapons. And this might come as a shock, but I don't think they're really bespoke.
The hipster assassins are gonna be so disappointed.
Hipster assassins. He down? No, he's not down. Okay, he's down. Subtitles really need to last longer. I have no idea what half these guys are saying.
It's not that I'm not glad to see more of you. It's... Oh, no, wait. It is that I'm not glad to see more of you.
I'll go over to this guy. He's down. Nope. Guns are bad. Have a barrel on me.
More demons. I don't suppose we could settle this with some fruit pies.
Fruit pies. How interesting. There's a lot of these guys here, man. Oh, I thought I could get him. What a mistake that was. Need to start clearing house quick. Oof. Taking that. You're done for the day. That wasn't that one easy.
MJ, call the police. I've got the place secured.
Nice job. Anytime we can get guns off the street, it's a win.
So I've been doing some research on masks, and because there haven't been enough randomized tests on the coronavirus specifically, they're not 100% sure on how effective it is to wear masks, and so I think that might have been partially one of the reasons why they didn't push mask wearing so hard early on. But at the same time, I think the other key reason is the fact that they thought that if the public were hoarding masks, then there wouldn't be enough masks for medical professionals. But at the same time, like the masks that the ordinary person wears, those little surgical masks, are way different from the proper masks that the medical professionals are meant to wear. So there's that. We'll go do this area. And so there's that. And so the George Floyd series continues. And so I'm going to be doing a video on... I'm not sure if I'm going to finish the whole series next week. It depends on which other videos kind of like are there. So I've got one to do. I've got probably... riots, police, politicians, and then maybe I should do a concluding video, but then I guess it's too early to do that. I've got about 4 videos to do on that, honestly, and then maybe I'll do like in a month's time I'll do like a retro, is it called retrospective thing, something retro or whatever. Like I'll look back on it and see like, you know what's happened, and then the next year maybe I'll do another one if I'm still doing YouTube at that point. I did find some interesting articles about Klobuchar. One I referenced her specifically in the police video, which Georgia said was a good point, and if Georgia says a good point, it's probably a good point. And so
Felicia's keeping busy, but I'm catching up.
People are not alarmed at all these cameras like popping up in the... What is that? Sable Watchtower. Let's see. I don't think it would be down here. Normally they're in like some sort of doorway or a window. It's going to be up here, isn't it? There it is. Boom.
Meow.
Meow
Cornelius
indeed.
Van Lunt's place. She's hitting places full of one-of-a-kind valuables. She must be working for someone. Otherwise, why not just steal cash?
Where's the fun in stealing cash, Pete? Let's go deal with that bit of crime. And so, yeah, I found an interesting video. So for Biden, I was thinking, not from a policy perspective or from just more of an optics perspective. Just get what's her name, man? Kamala Harris. But Kamala Harris also has her own problems. No, what's up with this guy? I'll sort him out. Throw stuff. Oh, this guy blows himself up with his own rocket launcher. That's jokes. Do that. Oh, it's finished. It's not mad. Hello there, good sir. Maybe you can be the next one. Yo, that's some Black Widow stuff there, man. Use the thick one. Oh, you can have that back, man. I don't need that. And so, yeah, so basically what had happened was, the police were called on someone's house, right? And so the police went in there, and so I think this person had like a mental illness, like it might have been like schizophrenia or something like that. I'm not sure. Any sort of video things I talk about in these live streams, it's normally based on a headline and some minor reading that I've done, and so I'll have to do more of a deep dive. Stop hitting me, you prick. Bro, man's doing some Dragon Ball Z moves on me. Yeah, sit down, man. Yeah, I'm watching you too, douchebag.
You're welcome, scary fascist soldier guys.
Oh, it's predicting the future.
Checkpoints. It's not quite the New York.
Spider-Man, how did Sony do it? Crazy fascists on the street, New York not being the same. Yeah, I mean, replace police with like mercenary violence and kind of there. So essentially, Klobuchar looks like she's out because of the fact that she could have prosecuted police officers like Chauvin. And so going back to what's her name, man? Kamala. All these people begin with K. Going back to Kamala Harris. What had happened was, as I fall to my death, so the police barged into this person's house. Oh,
I bet you guys get great reception up here.
I think the lady might have been injured or killed. I can't remember. And so I think the lady was injured. And instead of prosecuting the police officers for barging into this person's house, and assaulting this woman, what happened was she prosecuted the woman instead. And so it's just madness. So none of these people are good on things like police violence. Klobuchar, Harris. I mean, you can go for someone like Gretchen Whitmer, who's like a governor of Michigan, I think. But the problem with her is A, she's an unknown. B, she's white, and people want a black person as VP. Whatever you think about that, I genuinely think you should choose people based on policy instead of optics. But I'm not American, so who cares? Genuinely, my opinion on this one's not that important of who gets chosen. Kamala, I thought you were the chosen one, the one to bring an end to help bring an end to police violence. What's up, guys? Okay. I'll take these.
Someone needs a nap.
I'll take that. Boom.
Boy, they really didn't want me going in, which means I'm going in.
The first time around I played this game, I didn't do all of these, so yeah. So Klobuchar. Let's see how long this has been running for. And it's not telling me.
MJ, I'm at the 4th place on your list. They're not even trying to pretend they're legit.
It's just sad when criminals don't take pride in their work anymore. I'll see what I can find out.
Alright, so let's carry on. So Kamala Harris, she's going to face a lot of questioning by the looks of things on things like police violence and how she dealt with black and poor people, I think, within her state of, I believe it was California when she was AG. And so these state AGs are so important. Like, shoot, I need to figure out who's watching who. Alright guys, the list piece.
And you're done.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Pete. Use trip mines. Oh. Wonder how this would work. That was pretty funny, I can't lie. Oh, that was hilarious.
You're just not very observant.
Oh, I've been caught. And there's a big guy. Unlucky lad. Oh, best pay attention to what's going on here. Where's the animated trip mines? Get kick, scrub. Can't touch this. Can't sing too much of that because I might get copyrighted because YouTube is insane. Thick boys.
Hey, understudies! The role of homicidal demons will now be played by more homicidal demons!
Okay, we can do this one and we're done. And my trip mine has disappeared. And you're down. I need more trip mines, man. Trying to counter me, boy. Who do you think you are? Give me trip mines, man.
Reinforcements! Unless you're just Natalie dressed paparazzi? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh, I got him. Oh, come on, I've got...
Peter, that location's a clearinghouse for donations to Lee's charities. Clothes, books. They're trucked in from drop boxes all over town.
Sounds like a perfect distribution network for drug running. Which it looks like is their real priority.
Oh, so Lee was dealing drugs as well. What a guy.
How do you backup guys get here so fast? I know it's not the 6th train.
Oh, I hate these guys with their area attacks. Not right. Okay. Got one. Three off the wall attacks. How do you even... Nope. Nope. Well, that's going to be an unwelcome distraction. Does that count?
More demons. How do you guys tell each other apart? I mean, there's only so many mask
Actually, I'm on stream, man. It's live streaming. So that I got there. Thank you. Okay, so so annoying sometimes. But... So anyway, so Klobuchar could be. I think Klobuchar's out. There he is. We're done. Warehouse cleared. And so yeah, so I think Klobuchar's out.
MJ, I've got the place locked down.
Great. I'll call in an anonymous tip. I bet if the police check out those drop boxes, they'll find something more interesting than secondhand jeans.
So I think Kamala might be in trouble. Purely because her record isn't that great either, and her record may come to light. I mean, it's not going to be one of those things where it's going to be detrimental to Biden, because Biden's most likely going to win at this point. I'd be shocked if Trump could pull a win, purely because his coronavirus response, the George Floyd response, it's been really bad. Let's go to, where am I? The George Floyd response was just really bad, and so I'd be amazed if he wins re-election. Like, genuinely, I would be shocked, especially because of how far down he's in the polls. But there's a long way to go to November. You know, they say a week is a long time in politics. So what's November? November's in like what, 4 or 5 months. So there's that. It's going to be there's that. So the point being is that the politicians' response has been to George Floyd has been pretty non-existent. From what I've seen of Pelosi's police reforms, I thought they sounded okay, but then you dig into it and you realise these are just really weak reforms. So she would have fooled me if I was an American. So there's that. So Pelosi's response is quite weak, but that's not a surprise because according to the Ring of Fire radio station, what's his name, Farron Cousins, he was saying that she takes a lot of money from the police unions, and if you take money from the police unions, you're going to do the bidding of the police unions, and the police unions don't want reform. So what does that mean? There ain't going to be no reform, ladies and gentlemen. And so I think the writing, I think the thing that a lot of American politicians seem to forget is that America was born as a country through war and riots. You had the Boston Tea Party. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think it was the Boston Tea Party where they dumped a load of tea inside the ocean. And so what was that about? No, it was a riot. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. I hate this mission so much. Sony's most annoying creation. And so, what was I saying? I have forgotten, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, police union, something about police union. So, Pelosi's not a reformer. She's.
Well, no one does. That's the best part. Just take a picture of the code on the wall and it starts. Easy peasy.
I wonder if she's
It
the.
is to help the needy.
Well, in that case. Got it.
SM! You accepted the challenge! Welcome to my
She could be
stream.
Screwball.
BT dubs, now that you're
Screwball's
on
white, though.
board, the views are racking up like crazy! Here's how it works. The matrix barcode you snapped is sending you the GPS coordinates of another matrix barcode in the area.
This is starting to sound time-consuming. Sorry, but people need my help.
Ooh, funny you should say that, because this is to help the needy. One in particular. The final matrix barcode will give
Get
you
into the
location
black.
of a...
What's that
Wait for
about?
it. Kidnapping victim.
What?
I know! Talk about raising the stakes! Oh, isn't she telegenic? Trapped. Helpless. Will she starve? Suffocate? No time to lose. The internet is watching. Ta-ta.
Oh, the
It's
internet
gonna
is
dark
watching.
Fast. She's nuts. I have to play along.
Alright, so, yeah, Pelosi's not going to reform, so shouts out to Jayden Moodie. Hopefully he wins. I doubt he will, but never know until you try. So, good luck, man. And so we move on to the next. Well, so we've got writing. So yeah, America, a country born through war and riots. You had the I think it's called the Independence War.
There's the next Matrix barcode. This one isn't going to be so simple.
Oh. You have to get it into. Do you mean the whole subject is in the frame? There we go, got it.
Got it.
Ooh, snap! Shout out to my fans, some of whom just joined my stream, and Spidey IRL.
Yes! Groove! Has everyone lost their mind?
While we enjoy the action scene, let me read some messages from my squad. Thug Forever says, "Love you, Screwball. Your stream kept me going while I was in jail." Aww.
The hell are you watching a stream in jail?
Says, "I
Oh my god.
when you pranked J. Jonah Jameson with the pie." So did I, Fancy Dan. So did I. Slim Gas is an old friend of the show who Spidey sent to Rikers. He says, "Can't wait to see you humiliate Spider Freak." Well, the feeling is mutual, Slim Gas.
You got no chance, kid. You're out of your league. So
Too bad, guys. Guess you'll have to go back to the cinema challenge.
Sorry about that, Spidey. I can't help it if my fans get personally invested. They're passionate. Hashtag blessed.
Did you just say hashtag out loud? That's honestly almost as bad as the kidnapping.
Snapping that code should have sent you the GPS to the next location. You better hurry. Our friend's all alone and, oh, so sad.
And so yeah, Trump's suspending regulations in order to help businesses recover from the coronavirus. And so this is a pretty stupid idea, gutting regulations en masse. I think Trump ran on a campaign of... Well, that don't make sense. Run a campaign of, for every new regulation you're going to gut one old one. Oh, I think it was like something... Let's have a look. There it
There's
is.
the other code. Split across 2 buildings. This'll take finesse.
Ah, so the trick is wall crawling. And I can't actually remember where it's gone. Oh, there it is. Need to be higher. Can't get much higher. Can get much higher. It's somewhere up here, I think. Let's have a look. There it is there. Had it and now I lost it. Ah. There it is.
Got it.
And so look, it's not a good idea purely because you get more people killed. So I covered the story of I can't remember his name. Carlos? No, his name wasn't Carlos.
You might want to grab those fast.
It
People
was
could get hurt.
it was like Kelso. I think his name was Kelso Mendoza. It was. Yeah, it was. I think his name was pronounced Kelso. His name was Kelso Man. Oh crap. Oh, I should have been paying attention. Oh, my bad. I'm gonna have to redo this bit.
Tick tock, tick tock.
I can do that bit. I wasn't paying attention. And so we covered the story about Kelso Mendoza, a person who probably caught the coronavirus from working in the poultry. Yo, who is this other person in the stream? Like, your internet, is it cutting out or something like that?
To bring you a little care package. I think they're saying you're the bomb. You might want to grab those fast. People could get hurt.
Oh, crap.
Tock, tick tock.
And we're done.
And my mentions are blowing up too. Nice job taking a simple photo,
Address isn't far from here. I need to hurry.
Okay, so it's not a good idea. A lot more people are going to die from coronavirus. Like as the article points out about Kelso Mendoza, where basically a lot of the people, well, not a lot, but some of the people in the hospital were fellow poultry workers who had caught the coronavirus, probably from the poultry farm, the poultry plant, because of how close in they're packed, the lack of protective equipment, etc. And so what we can tell from that is, if Trump does this, you're going to get a lot more Kelso Mendozas. I can tell you that for free. There'll be a lot more people that die and catch the coronavirus.
Can you hear me? Hold on, I'm gonna rip the door down.
Oh my god, Spider-Man! I can't thank you enough for the millions of clicks I just got! Wow!
Screwball!
I know, right? Ah, you should see the look on your creepy moving eye hole thingies. Oh, look! More of my followers!
Screwball! Put us on your feed!
TLDR. I don't have to sit on this.
Then tell them to stop.
Where are you running, boy? Where you going? Oh. So yeah, Trump cutting regulation, not a good idea. And look, if it means less people get protective equipment, it's going to be more damage long term to a lot of people. But maybe he doesn't care because these people are poor. The ones that work in typically work in poultry plants are poor, so maybe Trump just doesn't care about them. Yo, it's the feds. I don't know. So.
Now, what are you going to charge me with? I didn't actually do anything. It was all my fans.
She has a point. Gonna be hard to make anything stick.
For a spider-based hero, I'm really starting to hate the web.
But and so, yeah, it's not smart, honestly. And so the UK lies over testing and the BBC being complicit in it. So there's something I think I talked about last week, but there's a massive difference between people tested and the capacity for testing. And so they haven't, I don't know if they've made the coronavirus tests available en masse. I don't think they have. Like, I think you can only apply for it if you're an essential worker or if you're working within certain industries. And so as far as I know, I don't think I could get one. Oh, we got a kingpin in warehouse. We're gonna do. Oh, we got a science lab I didn't do. Oh, there's a few things down here didn't actually do. Yes, I am the Spiderman. As they would say in French. And so the UK basically lying about, you know, they're not announcing the figures for people being tested. At least I don't think they are. Purely because they know it's way lower than the actual capacity for testing. And you know, it's easy to say that we have the capacity to test this many people, but is that going to be drive-through testing? Is that going to be tests in the post? And so capacity means one thing, but the actual people being tested is a whole different thing. And so the science playing fast, the government playing fast and loose with the science, which isn't a big surprise. And so the BBC being complicit by them pushing the headline that, you know, the UK have the capacity for 200,000 tests. Like, that's great and all, but in the article they didn't go into the context of what that actually means. And so, look, your job as a news organisation is to give people actual good information that they can use. So saying like the human body has the I don't know, capacity to deadlift, you know, 200 kg is one thing, but, you know, saying that gives the impression that anyone can actually do it, but we know that we can't. And so the UK claiming, or in this case Matt Hancock claiming, that we've got capacity to do 200,000 tests, isn't the same as actually doing 200,000 tests, especially because we don't know if these are tests in the post. We know he lied in April. He said there'll be 100,000 tests done by the end of April, but we know that those tests weren't actually completed because some of them were in the post, Some of them were, you know, when there's ones that they have to send them back, and so it's very misleading what he did, especially since that 100,000 target was a struggle to keep up anyways. So you can see that he held it for one day just so he can get the PR spin, and so the BBC being complicit in it is just embarrassing. As a news organisation, specifically a tax license fee payer news organisation, it's just bad. And so I lost a lot of respect for the BBC when the Tories claim something, or anyone claims something, and they just push it. You know, if Trump claims that he's a multi-billionaire, you know, are the BBC going to run a headline saying Trump is a billionaire, or are they going to fact check him? You know, it's just, and if they don't fact check him, it makes your news organisation just far worse. And so you know, it's just embarrassing. Like, and so that brings us on to our next thing. Which is about the masks being made mandatory on public transport. That this should have been done from the start, guys. Honestly, it should have been done from the start. We know that in what's it called? What month are we in? We're in June now. So in May, I think it was Sadiq Khan or someone that in London who said that the mask should be made mandatory on public transport. What the hell? Why does that let me do it?
Out of our way, Captain Leotard.
What? Who wants a piece? Yeah, good luck. Good luck seeing anything now. You fool. Could have been him that actually said it. Don't know why it's not letting me take the picture. That's annoying. I'm gonna try to climb up. And so no, I don't know. It's not letting me do it for some reason. It's we'll move on. Maybe because have I done this one? I think I've done that one already. That's embarrassing. And so. Yeah, this should have been done ages ago. Like, other countries are dropping their restrictions on masks because they've already done it, and so they've limited the spread and they've already done it. So it's not a big surprise. We talked about the Emily Mattis stuff last week, but it's embarrassing for the BBC to basically like not censor directly, but kind of tell off one of their news journalists for actually doing their job, and she did it well. Her points were short but sharp. She basically said that, look, the fact is, you know, how can you expect other people to follow the rules when your boy won't do it? Oh god, I hate this one.
I always thought the cellular network was vulnerable to terrorist attacks, so I set
Damn,
this up to
Al-Qaeda.
monitor it. Can you do me a favor? Look for anything suspicious.
Uh-oh. It's not terrorists, but there's a glitch in the system that's causing interference. And if I don't fix it, it'll bring the whole network down. Right now it's only affecting the most sensitive equipment, like mine. I need to stay outside the areas of interference while I fix the cell towers. There. I set my lenses to show me the danger zones. Gotta fix the cell towers before the whole city's comms go down.
Oh, 48 minutes. This hour's gone quick.
The size of the problem area fluctuates. I need to be ready for a sudden change. Ah! Gotta get out of here! That's the downside of all the tech in my mask. That hurt.
And so, yeah, masks should have been made mandatory a long time ago. The fact there's not a lot of people socially distancing as well is pretty bad in itself. Oh no, sorry, I was talking about Emily Mattis, yeah. So that point's pretty much done. It's the fact that
I can use those helicopters to swing. So much depends on cellular networks now. A crash would affect police, hospitals. It'd be as bad as a blackout. Gotta hurry. Soon the whole system's gonna go.
oh no. The fact is, if the BBC can have people like Andrew Neil, veteran right wingers, then Emily Mattis, who's not a lefty by any standards, you can. I'm not sure where she really stands in the old political spectrum.
Let's not do that again.
But I suppose that's a good thing if we can't figure out, because she will call out Labour MPs as well. I remember she did so to good old Barry Gardner. She got really annoyed with him. It's quite funny. And so yeah.
Bought me some time, but I can't slow down.
Yes, the Cuomo story that I need to cover as well, where he basically pulled him out of handcuffs.
Getting to be a tight squeeze.
Oh no, sink in. Has to be done, Pete. For the cellular network.
Bam! Now New Yorkers can share their domestic disputes on the subway again.
I'm
And
walking here.
emergency services are safe, which is, also important. If the network had crashed, it would have cost Oscorp a bundle to fix their comms. They'll want to keep this station up and running. Harry's project should be safe.
So let's start rattling through these. Cuomo sending people back into care homes with coronavirus, something we did in the UK, and that's one of the things that made the death toll in this country so much worse. And I think that's one of the reasons why the death toll in New York is so high, beyond just population density, stupid decisions made during crunch time. And so it should surprise absolutely nobody. Andrew Cuomo is a scumbag, and his brother Chris. He's a bit of a prat as well, because the fact that he brings his brother on to do softball interviews and get him into the eye of the DNC voters is embarrassing, bruv. You're first of all you're a news anchor. Do your job. Get your brother on. Either ask him the tough questions or get someone else to do it. You can't have it both ways.
Nice composition, if I do say so myself.
What is this place? Looks like some sort of memorial. Doesn't say who it's a memorial for.
Check it out. What's his problem? Yeah,
Trying to figure out what this place is, you dummy. Can't be a 9/11 memorial, could it?
Do you have to stretch before you, catch a helicopter midair, or...
Alright, cool. We ain't got too much longer left. Self-harm increasing amongst medical what's it called? Medical workers. That's one where I really need to do that video. That will be done probably record that one tomorrow. I'm gonna take today off, I think, and then do it tomorrow.
Bet you're wondering why I'm back in the game. Straight and narrow just got boring. My target number's 50 million. Nice round number, don't you think?
Okay.
Hello, cat.
But if you catch me before I hit my goal, I'll give it all back and go straight. My future's in your hands, Spider.
It's a lot of pressure. So let's go. We'll do this one, and we'll do some more of the Black Cat ones. Just because the suit that she gives him is pretty good. Is in appearance wise, like power wise, it's useless. And so yeah, self-harm. Council's needing 5 billion, so I don't know if your council is competent, but mine is not, and I've just made a terrible mistake.
Yuri, this construction site's about as legit as the watches they sell in Times Square.
I don't have evidence for a warrant. You go in, you're on your own.
What else is new?
Okay, it's a good spot.
Oh, sorry, did I startle you?
I was here, and I still am. I think it's the last Fisk base, to be fair. Come back. Hello, sniper guy.
Let's play the quiet game.
I've seen machinery like that, and so let's keep rattling on. So council's needing 5 billion. I doubt they're gonna get it. Not under this government, anyways. I know Northampton. I think Northampton Borough Council is struggling. Pray. Should be safe to take him soon. No one's watching him. Yeah, got him. Don't realise there's still people over here. And so there's that one. There's issues with the app around privacy. The government track and trace app, because they didn't want to use the one Apple and Google made. There's that one. Yes, there's that professor. I think his name is Niall Ferguson. And he was the one that pushed the government into lockdown. And so he said that had we locked down a week earlier, we would have saved we would have saved around half the people that died, and that's a huge figure. If we're at around between 40 and 60,000, depending on how accurate the ONS numbers and estimates are, it's not looking too good. Speaking of airborne, doing this little dodge is quite difficult. Well, maybe not. Whoops. Who's firing rockets? Not Anderson Silva, just waiting.
You guys are late. Don't worry. I got plenty of face kicks left.
Get back over here. Yeah, you're gonna be. Oh my god, that one did a lot more.
Really? More guys? I don't have this many friends.
No, neither do I, Pete. It's pretty relatable, to be fair. And you're done.
Spiderman, I checked records and that site's been getting deliveries from cartel front companies.
They're moving drugs, huh? Not for long.
It's not fair, man. Stop noob tubing.
Oh, great, more of them. Guys, Fisk isn't here. You could have just bailed. You should have stayed in bed.
Well, I wish I could have. And so, should I continue talking? Let's get through this actually. What the hell's hitting you guys? You're taking that confiscated.
Reinforcements again? This is only acceptable if you're all showing up in clown cars.
Alright. No, do you understand what breaking the law means? Yeet. And so, anyways, the one another one I was meant to talk about was I did a video on it that's coming out tomorrow.
I got a bunch of incapacitated criminals and designer narcotics all wrapped up and waiting for you.
Great, I'll just consider this an anonymous tip.
How many more Fisk construction sites are there?
None. He had every one of them working overtime to bring in money.
Well, now he's gonna have a tough time keeping his operation running, which is bad for Fisk and good for New York.
I trust you've enjoyed yourself.
Willie, funny story. I was just at one of your buildings, and you'd be shocked to hear that there were shenanigans of the criminal variety. TLDR, Fisk construction is closed.
I have other sources of revenue, but you've inconvenienced me, and there will be consequences. My memory's long. My reach is longer.
I should make all the guys who've sworn to kill me fight it out for the privilege.
Okay, so there wasn't a... Could swear there was a black cat thing here somewhere. Well, this is awkward. I suppose we can hit some landmarks. Who doesn't want to hit landmarks? Playing this game is like visiting New York on the cheap, I suppose. And so yeah, 5 billion. Early lockdown could have half the deaths. There's been a massive disruption to cancer treatment because of the coronavirus, and so that's another one I'll be talking about hopefully. Oh, what a picture that is, man.
God, how much I love photography.
That's a great picture. There it is. Speaking of taking pictures. And so, yeah, God, what was I talking about? So yeah, cancer treatment's down. There'll be a video coming out on cancel culture talking about like a lot of the shows that you know have overt racism and whatever the opposite of overt is. My brain's just melted. The opposite of overt racism, covert racism. And
Alicia's
so
close to her goal. I've got to put an end to this, and fast. This area's full of Wall Street guys. Target-rich environment. Got it. She's obviously familiar with these places. And that gives me an idea how to catch her.
yeah, we'll get these last 3 and then we'll call it a day. And so so yeah, what was I talking about? Cancel culture. Yeah, that's a lot. Mostly it doesn't believe in it. I think like you always have the option to vote with your view time or your money or whatever. So say example, if you didn't like what I talk about on my channel, you know, you have the right to say you're displeased about it, and also you don't have to watch it. No one's making you watch it. If it's like a politician, I get it. If it's like a movie person, the way the movie generates money is through what's it, clicks, or through you purchasing it, or through a streaming service buying it, buying the rights to it. And so Yeah, I don't want that. We'll get this bird and then we'll see if we have time to stop the crime.
The Williamsburg Bridge. A convenient route to someplace else I can't afford to live. Ha! A pigeon! And the chase is on. Hey, slow down! Man, I wish I spoke pigeon.
Nope. Got like 5 to 10 minutes left.
Taking you home, buddy.
And so there is that the extension to rent evictions, or the extension against rent evictions, has increased by 2 months. So that's good if you're in the rented section. Robert Jenwick is looking at possible corruption, given that he authorized a housing project early, so it would avoid certain tax increases. So that's an interesting one, and he's also avoided questions about it. And he got a 12k donation. They got a 12k donation to the Conservative Party as well. Stinks of corruption. Kind of more American corruption though, where it's a bit more in your face, a bit more obvious. Wait, what is this? Okay. Why the hell is there so many people out?
Whoa, boy. Rockets! They got rockets!
What's going on here? So many of them here. So,
like there are better
let's
ways
see.
to spend your life than shooting rockets at dudes in spandex.
Cancer treatment, Jenwick. Yeah, the Tory guy who went, the Conservative MP went to a barbecue, which I think broke lockdown rules. Shouts out to Marcus Rashford for all the charity work and stuff he's been doing. NHS waiting times up, and then there's a report on social mobility which shows that there's been a massive lack of progress towards social mobility. So, what do you say, boy? You do nothing.
Ground teams, this is Control. What's the situation in the Lower East Side? Demons are firing on our APC.
So anyways, before I lose my concentration because some other joker starts talking, there's a massive lack of social mobility, which isn't a surprise given how hard it is to get a mortgage, how high rent prices are, how expensive food is, how much there's a lack of opportunity, specifically for younger people to move up in things like the housing ladder, to get promotions, to get wage increases. That's not a big surprise that social mobility hasn't gone up. Conservative governments traditionally don't really, they say they're for social mobility, but in reality they're not for social mobility. It's much harder to get into the middle class when all your money's going on rent and food and you can't save your money, and that's basically what's happening by this government, and so it's not a big surprise.
Need a status report from Upper Chinatown. Demons are attacking outpost
And so I think I'll wrap it up here. I've talked about all the upcoming video topics, or at least most of them. You know, the ones on cancel culture, police riots, I mean not police riots, riots and police brutality, they're the ones that I'm gonna do my best on to make sure I get my thoughts out as clearly as possible on those videos. So it's gonna be a few more days on them. I'm still trying to just figure everything out for those things, and so yeah, I think I'll leave it there, and hopefully I'll be able to see you in the next one.